Evening all, how you doing? Live again. Live again. You can't get rid of me, can you? Just keep coming back. You know, the more pain I get, the more I come back, isn't it? Oh dear. So we've got quite a few in here today already by the looks of it. We've got Colin. He is first in and he didn't disappear, Colin. Amazing. Michael, hi, I'm Michael. Hi, Aston. Theo, yes, it is the next day already. What if Christmas gets cancelled? Do all these tools and bits have to get stuffed back inside the advent calendar? Yeah. It's been cancelled due to lack of interest. What's happening here? Look. I mean, look. It's all around me. It is Christmas. The Mason School. Oh, where are you getting up to try something nice? What are you on about, Theo? Aston's supposed to be a grown-up, but yeah, I'm exactly the same. Yeah, I was hoping that you were going to be able to fill me in on these, Aston, because it's certainly a new one for me. Just turn that down a little bit. I'm going to shout over the lovely Christmas tunes. Hi, Andrew. Oh, well. Andrew looks like he knows about these then. Andrew Pitt, how you doing, mate? You've got the 111B. Decent sounding set. Be careful with the band switches. Yours broke off. Yeah, we'll have a look at all of that in a minute, Andrew. Benji's in. I think we said hello to Theo. Mac Vision. Hi, Mac. What about gravy and chicken now? We're on a tangent again. Rob Ditheridge, hi Rob, how are you? Evening Nick, evening Timothy. Still catching up. Who are you calling buggers, said Hex? Fancy swearing, that's naughty. Anthony, how you doing, mate? You just finished watching yesterday's kit build and really enjoyed it, yeah? 1703. He's there. You see him in the background? You just see him poking through there. That. 1704. Brilliant. I love it. Simon's World. Simon, how you doing, mate? Mark J and Video Monkey Graham. How you doing, mate? Thank you very much. Pryor, John, evening, how are you, mate? And Floppy Fred and Bob. Ah, humbug. Same to you. Same to you, Bob. Oh, dear. Well, I've been busy today, actually. I've been waiting on some parts. Well, just one capacitor for a 2001D Sony. A 16 microfarad miniature cap for the, 10 microfarad at 16 volts for the LED board. But, you know, it's one capacitor away from finishing it. Ridiculous. So I'm just waiting for a delivery now still from RS Components. And also I've been continuing with the ICF Pro 80. What a nightmare that is. Oh, that's a tough radio to work on, that is. I think that's worse than the SW1 definite. Is it worse than the SW55? Possibly. It's smaller, you can't get in anywhere with it. Evening, Dave Rhodes, how are you? So we better go to someone who's waiting patiently over here. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, he's giving me the evil beak, look. See him? He's giving me the evils. Hello, Mr. Penguin. What date is it today, Mr. Penguin? 14th. What have you got in number 14 for us, son? You got anything in there? In the Mrs. Cruncher Advent Calendar? Oh, thank you, Penguin. Oh, you like that one? Rubbish. No, you like this one? Rubbish. But it's Ginger Tom. It's Ginger Tom, one of my favourites. Can't beat a bit of Ginger Tom. Lovely. Lovely bit of ginger tom. Right, let's sort the cameras out and the lighting, etc. Ginger tom, very nice stuff. Robinsons. Now Robinsons make Old Roger as well, I think, which is one of my favourite ever beers. I haven't seen an Old Roger this year in the well, not this year, but recently in the shops. So this is particularly nice. Dave, 111. Excellent, mate. Is that significant, Dave? 111, 111. Cat's pee. So, what radio will you terrorise today? I'm going to pounce on one in a minute. That's an interesting radio, but a bit strange. I'm really not sure why they're so expensive. I'm going to show you a rip-off from China first, because unfortunately our Chinese counterfeiting friends have been at it again. They seem to love anything that's hard to get. They seem to love ripping it off and putting fake ones out there. So I'll show you that in a minute, and then we'll have a look at this radio. And if we get time, I can always pull out the Pro 80 again if we're short of something to do. That's got a good heat coming on it anyway. Right, Jeff, how are you? It's £1.11 for the 111. £1.11 for the 111. Well, thank you, Dave. Anyway, cheers, mate. The 111. I think I'll find out what time is again. 17:08. I'm going to bug the hell out of you with that, aren't I? This is a very strange beer. If you've not had this before, it's well worth trying. I mean, I'm sure you all know what ginger beer tastes like the non-alcoholic stuff. Well, if you can imagine ginger beer mixed with a barley wine, that's what this tastes like. It's very, very unusual. It's quite unique. And Mr. Man Cave Workshop introduced me to this stuff when I went up to see him. He said, have you tried this before? And I hadn't, and it's really, really good. So thank you, Mrs. Cruncher. It's not mentally strong. What is it? 6%. So still pretty strong. But it's won the World Beer Awards World's Best Gold. It's even got its own website, oldtombeer.com. Oh, of course, yeah. Old Tom is the other one. It's actually in an Old Tom bottle. I didn't notice that. Can you see that? The bottle says Old Tom. Now, Old Tom is their sort of strong, almost like barley wine. Ginger Tom's a sort of spin-off from it, really. But that does say Old Tom on the bottle. Unusual. But anyway, I really like this. So, thank you, Mrs. Cruncher. It's not a pint. It's 300 ml, I think it is. So it's a bit of a 330 ml. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Happy Christmas. Right, China. Let me show you what's arrived today. Now, I've got an amateur radio in here that I'm fixing for a friend. And the output module is gone. And it's one of these. And if anybody's got one of these or knows where I can get one, will you let me know? Because this is now the third one that I've ordered. It's a Mitsubishi RF output amplifier section for the 255E. I can't get the radio because it's up in the loft, but I put it out of the way while I was doing the live streams. But it's frustrating. This has arrived today, and it's an SSB. It's an SSB module, so it's got a bias pin on it. Now, I haven't taken it out of the packaging yet. It's still sealed because all I did when it arrived was I just moved it like this, and I pulled back the little bit of foam, and I'm sure you can see there that we've got 4 pins. So let me just, it's a 60 watt RF module, by the way. Let me just get up the data sheet for this then. Oh, it looks like I'm playing back my own stuff. I don't really want to see me again. 67727 data sheet. Now, these are obsolete parts, as they always are. So here we go then. This is a pain. This is, I don't know how we can get this in full screen. I don't know. But anyway, you can see the module here. It's actually got 5 pins, look. So I think we're missing, well, it's not even close. It's got 2 pins that are close together. If I put that picture in picture, it's got 2 pins that are close together, and then 2 pins that are widely spaced over the other side. So it's totally the wrong module, not even close to it. So they've ripped us off there. So there you go. Yeah, so it's the 144 to 148 megs, 12.5 volts, 60 watt SSB mobile radio module. There's our block diagram. Sorry about this thing at the top here. I did download the thing, but it just won't let me. It won't let me go full screen with it, I don't think. No. Because this stupid thing up here. It likes to keep this bit in. I think I can download it. Let's see if I can download it and open it. This is frustrating. Okay. Save that. See if it'll let me open it like that a bit better. They were just scanning it. Stop that business. Come on, download. Thank you. That's better. There we go. Now you can see it a bit better. So this is what it should look like, and then the difference between this and the non-SSB versions, because you can get an FM only version, and that hasn't got this bias pin on it. So pin 3 is missing on the FM only ones. So it looks like it will do up to 78 watts, but it's wound back to 60 on this one. Electrical characteristics for any of those of you that want to know. So there you are, look, November 97, and it's obsolete. Can't get it anywhere new. Not that I've found anyway. So anybody know of where to get one of those, then please let me know, because the guy's been waiting for quite some time now, and this is the 3rd one that I've ordered. 2 have been cancelled, and now this one's fake. So Really annoying. Really annoying. So that's that. I mean, I can get one of these. There's a seller on eBay that's got them, allegedly. I mean, I looked at the feedback and they're supposed to be good. 56 quid they are. But he's in China again, and he's away till the 1st of January now. Jefferson remembers folks used to pass on ginger beer cultures. Yeah, we used to have what we used to call a ginger beer plant, Jeff. And we used to keep it in a jar, I think, and then you just used to break off a piece, and I don't know how it worked. Strange. What are you saying there, Aston? AY38912 chips are expensive. They break anything they're put into. So that's what you're trying to repair. Afternoon, Derek. How are you, mate? You're only around to about 18:30 because you've got a net to run. Okay, mate. Anthony's looking for a module for an. I take it you mean ICOM 3210E, as the UHF isn't working and all these crappy copies are driving you nuts. Just like output transistors for CB radios. Yeah, some of those. Oh, there's one that they use in the President Lincoln that I had a hell of a job getting hold of to repair a ham radio for someone. It's exactly the same. And in the end, I got one from someone who was breaking a Lincoln. I can't remember the make of this this transceiver now, but it's only a lowish output. I think it was it HF? It might have been HF. I'm not sure. Pies are in the oven. The linnet is sounding beautiful. I haven't done my linnet yet. Afternoon, Andy Cowley. And afternoon, David Tagg. Nick saying I'm going to struggle to get a genuine one. I know, Nick. But what can you do? I mean, there's someone's selling a whole amplifier section for 80 quid on eBay, but so yeah, there we are. Our nice fake module. What a load of junk, isn't it? I mean, you know, they've spent the time to pot this. I mean, you can see even some sort of fresh silicone down the edges, look. I mean, it's clearly a second-hand piece. I don't know if you can see the back very well, but the back's all scratched up. Absolute junk. Evening, Cyberflyer and Multi. We're good, thanks, Derek. We've also got to thank Mr. Simon's World. Excuse me, I went down the wrong pipe then. Mrs. Cruncher got home last night and she opened her present, and it was from Simon. A lovely bottle of 10-year port, so thanks very much for that, mate. I don't know, the problem is, Aston, I mean, I've bought this off of Alibaba, so I've got some comeback, and I should get my money back on it. But I don't see how they, you know, they're not gaining anything. Excuse me, because they'll have to pay for my postage as well. So they're out of pocket by doing it. I really don't see why they bother. I can't understand that. It's very annoying. And I say the radio's a Kenwood, I think it's a 255E, something like that. I think that's the one. And you might well be able to get your module, Anthony. If you look at TRX Bench, he's done a radio recently. I think it was a Yaesu 736, and he had an Italian company that he got a genuine module from. Sadly, they haven't got this one, but they probably got the one that you're after. Very nice, Jeff. So thanks very much, Simon. That's very kind of you, mate. And he's quite right, because, you know, I sent him a message and he said that you know, it's if Mrs. Cruncher wasn't amicable, then these things wouldn't happen. He's dead right. I mean, if she was sort of like wanting me about and didn't want me to do this, I would be struggling, wouldn't I? We would keep the ladies happy, aren't we? So thanks very much. So yeah, today I brought this radio in, and let me just get I'll get the radio up first so you can have a look at it. We won't try and, I've not powered this up, I've done nothing with this. This is exactly how it's arrived. So nothing's been done to this. But it's one of these sort of 1970s sets that was made to sort of look a bit military. And I quite like the look of it. And I don't know, I was searching for something one day on eBay, and I saw this thing and I thought, Christ, why is that so expensive? And I do not know why these are so expensive. It's supposed to be weatherproof. So it's supposed to be waterproof, basically. So we've got like a rubber bung around the power switch. And I think everything's supposed to be sealed. I think there's a window missing out of here, though, because I think there should be something in there. So maybe this one isn't weatherproof. It's a nice radio, but I can't understand for the life of me why it's so expensive. It does say that it's got a FET in it, so whether this is a super sensitive radio, it's only a 3-band AM and FM, really, long wave, medium wave, and FM. Obviously goes right up to 108. It's got a bit of wear and rubbing on it. The rubber finish is coming off in place on it. But overall, it's not too bad, actually. Yeah, evening, David. How are you? I saw that, Nick. Yeah, that was, oh, what's he called? He does a lot of stuff on spectrum analyzers, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I did watch that video. Hi, Andrew. Yours has a plastic window over the volume. Over the volume? Oh, you mean over the... Yeah, sorry, that's the volume indicator, isn't it? Yeah, so I think it might be inside. Nothing's rattling about, though. So it might be that we'll have to somehow try and make a plastic window for it. I'm sure we can, though. So, I don't know if this is a repair or this may well just work, but I thought we'd have a quick look on eBay. I wonder if anyone can tell me why on earth this is such an expensive radio. Because I can't work it out, really. So it's an ICF-111L. So let's go to our popular auction site, and there's 5 on there, look. Look at the price of them. No bids on that one so far, but £94.97. £165. £94.99. £125. Why are they so expensive? I really can't understand why they're so expensive. Now, I think I paid about 30 quid for this. So, I mean, I've had it on my watch list for quite some time because I was just intrigued to find out why this radio was so expensive. Apparently, they're rare. Let's have a look at this one here. This is a similar, well, this is a similar one. They're both the same. What's this one here, then? I mean, some of these are broken. They're really in rough condition, and they're still asking big money. So this is like just under 100 quid here. So it looks like this. Is there something missing off the back there, or is it just... Yeah, so there's a cover missing off the back there. There's actually a cover missing off of that. I think it's got the window, though, that I haven't got. Massive great aerial. Look, maybe that's why. Pretty little light look on the dial. Perhaps that's why it's so expensive, because they're pretty light. So that one's pretty rough. It's still £94.99 plus £4 postage. So it's basically pretty much £100, isn't it? It's good working order. It's missing the small back cover. Okay, so he's genuine there, isn't he? There's another one there. Look, £165. This one looks like a lighter grey, or they've just played about with the light in. It's probably played about with the light in, I expect. Was mine black and this is grey? This might be a grey one. So that one does look in pretty good nick, actually. Okay. But that's £165 or offers, look. So, you know, why are they so expensive? I don't know. But we got one here to play with. And I say, I can't remember exactly what I paid for it. I wonder if I can go into my eBay and find out what I paid for it, purchase history. So I bought this basically with my Patreon and Super Chat money. So thanks to you guys, we got this radio to have a play with. I don't know if I'm in picture anyway, but thanks. I am now. So I can't show you my wish list, my list, my purchase list, because there's some presents on there for people, for family. Oh, actually no, I paid £38 plus postage for it, so I did pay quite a lot for this radio. So total order value was £43.30 by the looks of it. Let's see if I can... Oh. So yeah, £43. I did disappear. Right, let's just catch up. Les, evening Les, how are you? Because it says Sony. Sony. IMS, yeah, that's the one. Hi Stuart, how are you? You wanted one NG? NG? Who's NG? Where's the goats? Come on. You wanted one, Benji. It's orange. Apparently the orange ones are even rarer, Benji. Click on Sol or completed on the left. Not special, not worth the money. Expensive because it's all weather, so you can leave it outside. It could be. I mean, they're 1972 apparently, so it's quite an old radio. And I expect back in the day they were quite sought after. I think these are about a month's wages, according to something on Radio Museum I saw. So they cost about a month's wages back in the early 70s. Evening, Phil. Right, we need to get the camera back from Penguin without pulling the plug out the back, because that will freeze up the software as per usual. I think, yeah, that's a good shot of my latest T-shirt, which is got to be my favourite Christmas movie, Elf. Buddy, Will Ferrell, brilliant film, excellent film. Anyway, how can we power this thing up then? Like I say, it's three wave band, FM, medium wave and long wave. It's got a huge great aerial that comes, it's very good because the handle is actually the aerial. So somewhere here there's an antenna release. You push that down, it pops the aerial out and it's a massive aerial. Let's see if I can. Well, I say it's massive. It's fair old aerial. I think that's as far as it goes. Yeah, I don't want to force it. But yeah, that's a fair aerial, and it's straight as well, which is good. I'd be interested to see the shortwave one though, Andrew. And that just locks back in place. It's quite nice. Tune in. Nothing fancy there. We've got AFC on or off. Doesn't feel like it's switching very well. So this might not work, and it might work. I don't know. So we've got volume on this side. And we've got a tone. We're in low tone. This is that little back panel that's missing from that other radio. You've got to push that out. Then we've got some jack plugs in there. It looks like we've got an ear plug, cassette, and an external power in, 4.5 volts DC. But it doesn't say the polarity on it. That's a bit dodgy, isn't it? Because I was going to use that to power it up. To install batteries, so the batteries go in here. So this might be corroded as well, you never know. No, that looks brand new. And it looks like C cells. Yeah. 3 C cells by the looks of it. So let's, because I don't know the polarity of that plug, I'm going to power it up with some C cells. So let me just get some C cells, which I think, oh, ow, bang me a little head. Oh, I've got some of you, the battery brand you love to hate, look. The battery brand you love to hate. The Phantom Leakers. I've got some rechargeable ones here somewhere as well, but we'll stick these in for now. Right, which way in do they go? They've got to go that way, haven't they? One. So it's only 4.5 volts, look. Oh, hang on. That's right. So I say it looked like there's space for another battery in there, but of course it's got quite a big spring on it. Right, let's turn the lovely Christmas scene radio off. Let's just check the time. 17:34. Yeah, excellent. I love it. Yeah, I have seen inside one of them, Aston, and it's pretty scary in there. It's these bonded wires inside, you know, like it's all. I haven't looked inside it, but I will do. I did say to the owner that before I order another one, I will just go inside it and just pull the amplifier board completely off and check the underside. But I will have a look at that in a video, maybe this week coming. And we're already in this week coming, aren't we? Christmas Vacation, brilliant. I've got that DVD just arrived. Video Monkey Graham, it's just arrived. Afternoon, Jay. C cells. Elf is better than National Lampoon. They're pretty much on a par, Simon. I think it's difficult. So Andrew can confirm it works in the rain. Oh, sold or complete will give actual sold prices. Hi from the Middle East. I'm not sure what your name is, but welcome. Is that Yaz? Right, so we're in FM. Let's release the aerial. Release the aerial. Wang. Volume. Let's make sure we're not on mental volume. Light. There is no light. Power.
Proved it yet. We're not.
I don't think it's very well.
Stay there for Ed Sheeran shivers, and the snowman is coming up after the latest.
It's just a volume pot.
Chased by thousands of geese. No, the one where you're living it up on your own tropical island. Tonight's Euromillions Jackpot is £22 million. Euromillions from the National Lottery. Play on app, online and in-store. Estimated jackpot. Account terms, rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.
It does sound very nice.
In spaces, COVID-19 particles gather in the air like smoke, making it hard to avoid breathing them in. 1 in 3 people who have COVID-19 have no symptoms and could be breathing it onto others without knowing. So take a lateral flow.
That's how the service is looked at.
Absolutely.
Well, fellas, Richard
Chose with extra spiced beans. Sweet. Into any sitting or standing position.
Checking the alignment.
Version.
Can we play the 10-minute version?
I think we probably.
Of COVID is that once something is prevalent in the community, it will of course.
It is pretty
impact
sensitive,
on
to be
staff
fair.
Working in the NHS, so we
That's
do
pretty
know
good.
that is going to happen, which is why it's so critical that we get this.
It's got
rollout
some
of
volume
the
on it. I'm only
vaccine
on number
boosters
3.
because they will really help to.
In England, contacts of the infected, people living with someone who may have COVID, do not have to isolate, can get into work if they flow test every day. That requires there to be a lateral flow test every day for them to go into work. Are you hearing of test shortages?
Is Fast Track. The songs start slow and get faster and faster. Can you spot the songs as they hurtle along at a mind-bending speed? We stop the catchy as listen at her.
Hi.
Primary school.
So we've got to give the volume pot a clean.
Like to say hi to all.
Let's try it on medium wave.
I listen every day. Voice of the UK. There are lots of people calling us tonight. 5 Live Drive. Radio 5 Live.
542 on Drive with Jeanette and Tony. Now, long queues for COVID. You can boost the jabs to continue at vaccination centres.
So it's picking up all of the noisy stuff I've got in here, including on our clock, which has now got another one of those switch mode 5-volt things attached to it. They're really noisy. They are. Those USB phone charger things are really noisy. Let's try it with the active antenna and see what happens with that. on medium wave first. You get radio for the blind people called RCA, Japanese VHF, UHF. Show it to you. No worries, Yaz. What we got? Rob Bond, how you doing, mate? Oh, you just did. I was just reading your message there, Rob, and you detracted it. You retracted it. She sounds in pain. Yeah, right, let's stick the active antenna beside it, see if that brings up any... see if that's any better. It's pretty good.
Los presentadores que en muchos casos han sido actores también, propios actores de highlighter y técnicos y técnicas de artes escénicas y de la música.
Who is it, right or wrong answer? If you're running a football club and someone comes up to you, strike and say, what are they called the team? I don't know. What they say?
I tell you what,
you got Alan Brazil rocking up once a bumper deal. Right? And you got Alvin.
Radio Caroline has stuck their power up, haven't they? They're running a kilowatt now, I believe. So I wonder if we can pick up Radio Caroline on it. I don't think I can pick it up on any other radio, so you never know. Well, I can on the long wire. 6:48, isn't it? It's 1886. Oh, 4 kilowatts, Nick, is it? I'm getting lots of foreign stuff on here.
Es la tercera temporada.
Termina la tercera. ¿Y qué pasa con el final de la tercera? No podemos hacer spoilers.
I mean, I've only got this coupler with it. We can still hear the station.
En todas las series del mundo mundial que tú has visto. Sí, o sea, es un compendio de psicología de...
Llegado los news, ahora el corresponsal en Estados Unidos.
Spanish, isn't it?
Súper mal asesorada, yo me acuerdo que en televisión española dice, señora, con todo cariño.
Oh, everybody is so at the moment, you know, people work so hard to get theatre out to...
Now that station's doubling, so I'm picking up 2 separate transmitters on the same frequency there.
People just aren't buying the tickets or if they...
The expected Omicron wave reaches its peak in January. Claire Stone, a vaccine volunteer with the St John ambulance, based in Cardiff. Welcome, Claire.
Pretty good. There's not a lot of noise there.
Very well. Are you up for the challenge?
Yeah, definitely.
Luego vino la música para ver cuando, de hecho, cuando su hija le pregunta por la no one else can do that. A great friend of the times, experiencias con Dios. Para piano número 4.
So I think it's 648, which is going to be down here somewhere.
How can we use them to protect us over the Christmas period? If you've got a question, give us a text. 85058, of course, or WhatsApp 08085 909 693. Dr. Sarah picked is a virologist at the University of Brighton and fellow of the Institute of Biomedical Science. Hello, Dr. Sarah. Are our maths correct? That's the first question.
I'm trying to work out what station this is, so we ain't far off now.
Yes, I think so. Good. And it is 10 days. Is it from the time one starts to feel symptoms? Just explain that to us. We've got a bit more detail there.
In terms of self-isolation, it would be...
It's difficult because I'm at a funny angle to the camera, but
some people will test positive before they get symptoms.
Just a fraction under 700 there.
Positive, then you're infectious at that point. So it will be from the positive test rather than when you get the symptoms. But obviously most people are testing themselves when they feel sick.
So yeah, and working off of that, many people will want to be able to go out this weekend. You know, it's for Mad Friday. You know, that Friday,
the parcels dispatched. Thank you very much, Rob.
There are a lot of office parties.
Mike Atlantis, how you doing, mate?
Cancelled this year. And what would you say to people who are still going to go out? How can they limit any rates of infection?
Well, the first thing to do
648, so it should be a little bit further down yet, shouldn't it? I'm not sure what this station is, though.
One of those people who don't actually have any symptoms but are infected.
That's Radio 5 Live, isn't it? Okay.
Elegante, ¿no? Recordemos el título del...
Como tú dices, a punto de llegar al descanso en este partido.
We're getting close to it.
Justamente ahora.
Por estas audiciones y por películas de hermano conmigo, como Sonata de Otoño o Gritos y Susurros que estarán conmigo. No sé que tú lo has hecho y lo has descubierto.
Now I've got two stations at once there, but I can hear music. Yeah, I've got another station beaten with it.
En el silencio del otro. La fundación de los ayunos. Donde arte del siglo XIX.
Junio ves, después. De la...
Muelle.
You can just hear Blinded by the Light there, can't you? I think that's Caroline in the background. Anybody can confirm that? So the light is working. Dirty switch on that as well. Hello, Keith.
De obras que se van adquiriendo.
Entonces esa noticia...
It's almost a medium wave DX machine, isn't it? Let's just try it on long wave there. Radio Caroline's the stereophonics playing now. I'll tell you what, let's go and get one of the Sonys for the digital readout a minute. We're going to get my 2001D a minute. And we'll see if that can pick it up. Well, I say go and get it, it's literally just here. I do keep this one handy because it's got some... I was going to say it's got batteries in it, but I took them out. Oh, nightmare. And I've just given Mrs. Cruncher my AAAs. Okay, I've got a power supply for it, so we'll stick the 2001D that I've repaired and restored. We'll stick this one on and see if we get it there. We can just compare the two. The only thing is this has got a direct plug-in. Let's get me power supply for it. A minute, it's got to get the right one. It's 4.5 volts, that one in there. That's that one there. Because the SW77 is 6 volts, I believe. So make sure we get the right supply, otherwise we'll pop my nice 2001D. I think probably the buttons on this could do with retro brighting, couldn't they? So let's just plug this in, and then we can have a compare between the two, because this is supposed to be the machine, isn't it? Now what are we doing here? We've got all sorts of stuff charging. I've got lights and batteries charging. Have they finished yet? No, they're still going. Not sure what's in that first one. Let's pull that and see what goes off. Nothing. Right, back in the room. I'll catch you soon, Keith. Right, let me have a look. I've got to remember to use this now. So we want so 6, 4, 8. And we're on wide. No, we can stay on wide. There it is. Still not great, is it? And we've got a lot of stuff. Loads of stuff interfering with it. Oh dear. Yeah, loads of stuff interfering with it. So let's just switch back to this one then.
Clásico hace 5 días. Pressure. Juega el equipo blanco en. Estamos viendo el cuellecico.
Let's just try a long wave. Well, that's very quiet. So Radio 4 should be around about 200, which is coming up.
Southern England is largely cloudy, while the rest of the UK will also have like a mild day. Looking ahead, Thursday, mostly cloudy, with some spots of rain in northern Scotland. Friday, will be dry with sunny spells, especially in Scotland, and it will remain mild on those 2 days. And that's the weather.
Mark, what is Screenshot?
New for Friday nights.
the whole point of screenshots.
It needs a service. It needs a damn good service. That's the problem with it. It needs a good service. I think that's the only issue. Robert, how you doing, mate? A bit late tonight. No worries. Welcome, mate. It would be nice to see if I can get it on the long wire. Now, I can't connect. I could do. What have we got here? That's the antenna. I might be able to connect the long wire into the antenna jack of the 2001D. Seeing as we're on the subject of Caroline, let's see if we can get it, shall we? No, that's just the ground, so I need to go right in deep. I need to get a mono plug, really. We're supposed to be looking at this one, but I think we're going to need to take that apart in a minute and service it. But we'll just stick this one with a decent aerial in it and see if we can't get Radio Caroline. So I need a mono jack plug a minute just to clip onto. Now this is a later one of these. It's actually got protection diode already in it, courtesy of Sony. Let's find a mono plug. Let's just clip that on. I mean, I've got a lot of other radios here that would do exactly the same job. I just thought this is one to hand, so we'll give it a try. Put that down out the way. .648, nothing on the ferrite. I've just pushed the sync there to try and get a better signal. No. It's there, but there's a hell of a lot of interference in here. A hell of a lot. Let's push that one back out the way. Right. It was worth a try though, wasn't it? It was worth a try. I could probably get it on one of my other radios up there with the ATU. But that's for another time, isn't it? That's for another time. We're looking at this one today, so let me just put that back up out the way. Steve, how you doing, mate? Thought you were starting at 1800, never mind. Normally start at 5, Steve, to be honest. So normally a 5 o'clock start. It was a bit later yesterday because Mrs. Cruncher was at work. She's at home today, so it'll probably be more like 5:30 tomorrow. So how do we get this thing apart then? We've got 3 screws. Could it be that simple? It does feel, it feels very robust. It was supposed to be weatherproof, but it's not anymore because of that. Also, look, well, I think that there should be a carry strap as well that goes in here. See, there's a couple slots and a screw hole. So I think there's a carry strap that fits in there, so you can put it over your shoulder. But the aerial's pretty substantial, and it pretty much won't release. It's got a proper metal clasp there that won't release until you push that down. It's nice, I do like it. It does sound good, it's powerful. And reception's pretty good. It's got to be as good as the... I hate these stickers. I hate these stickers. You just tried the 7600 and they're playing level 42 on Caroline. We can hear it down there, Aston. I'm closer to you, aren't I? So I should hear it. As good as you, really. We'll have to have a connect up to something a bit more powerful in a minute and see if we can get it. So I want to try and service the, is it Phillips? See, these screws look like they've been undone before, but Phillips is a pretty good fit. So we need to clean the volume pot and the light switch. Yeah, see, that one was not even tight. Oh, hell. I don't think that was even biting on anything. Maybe someone's cross-threaded that one, or stripped the plastic thread out of it. So we've also got screws in the side, quite rusty. So this one may have been used as intended. Maybe these sides have got to come off before the back will come off. So I've never took one of these apart. I've never even had one. Radio Jed, how you doing, mate? It does look like this. It's a very well put together radio. I mean, how they've weatherproofed it, I don't know. There must be O-ring seals and that in it, which will probably need replacing. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. Okay, so it looks like that's got to come off. But does that come off just by pushing it? Yeah, it will. Okay. Right, well, that's obviously how you take that off. It looks like it's held together with Vaseline. We've got a broken piece there. So that'll need heat welding back together. I don't know if you can see that. Well, a little bit far away, but yeah, there's a little broken piece there that sort of is holding the sections together. Let's do the other side. So it's just 4 screws I'm undoing at the top here. Well, on the side panels, on the side. I ought to look at the service manual. There is a service manual available for the 111D, is it? But not for the 111L. I've found one. I've put an inquiry in. Probably going to want to pop the antenna up to get this side off. So Aston, if you in your massive database, Aston, you'll have to have a look for me, see if you've got a 111L service manual. Yeah, I'm still going with my my opinion that it's very well made. You can see a dial cord scaringly close there. Okay. So we've got an antenna coil there. It looks like it's been pulled by somebody in the past, so that's probably not great. That probably needs to be rewound back in. Just pop that off. So yeah, let me show you some of these bits down underneath the other camera. So there's our antenna coil. Just about to see that. So it's been well stretched by somebody. So that probably needs just rewinding a little bit. It probably comes out like, yeah. So that's a bit mullered. So probably need to just squeeze that back down. That'll probably help. It's pretty good anyway, to be fair. High risk, it says in there. What's with the high risk? High risk of it not working if you start messing about with it? What does that mean? High risk. Right, let's get those bits just put safely out of the way for a minute. It's got all this Vaseline on it, so I assume it's Vaseline. It feels like that. Okay, yes, thank you. Caroline's not too bad, a bit fading in and out. Playing mirrors now. Right. Here we go. In the guts of an... A bit dark, a bit light, isn't it? So let's zoom it a little bit further. I want to get my goggles on and we'll have a look over this. See what we've got in here. Okay. Yeah, it says it's DC 4.5 volts, but it doesn't say what the polarity is. It probably does in the instruction book, but I haven't got that. And we've got some transistors in heat sinks there. We've got a transformer, so I'd assume that's the output stage there. So the RF goodness is back here. So this will be where our fancy FET is. Capacitors are looking okay. I can't see anything too untoward there. In fact, overall, it looks pretty good. No corrosion on the battery terminals, which is great. I think I've got myself a good little radio here. So there's our volume control. Now, how does that work? Looks like this may come apart further. So there's our volume control here. I think maybe this might lift out even further. There's one thing that Sony are pretty good is their service manuals and making sure things can be serviced. Does that pop out of there? Be careful because I don't want to break anything because it's irreplaceable. Okay, so we've got this to pull off. So again, I've been told that this is fragile, so we need to be pretty careful with that. Prizing that off, but that's got to come off. And probably the AFC knob on the front's got to come off. So scary. This has got to come off. Sally Ofield mirrors. Yeah. We might have a quick look in a minute, Nick. I don't know how we're doing for time. 18:11. Excellent. I'm never going to stop playing about with that. Let's see if I can very gently ease this off then. The spudger. I assume it's just on a splined shaft, but I don't know for sure, but definitely that needs to come off. It doesn't appear to be attached. Yeah, the AFC button is loose. It's just this that's holding it in. There's lots of old foam dropping out of it. Don't want to budge. Don't really want to mark it up either. Somewhere here I've got a bit of plastic that I use. Spanky! There we go. So yeah, I've got this bit of plastic that I use for prying things. It's basically just a lid off of an old aerosol can. That ain't coming off. That ain't coming off easily. We're not without a fight. So it's like a remote switch. The switch is actually back here. Interesting. Just can't see inside there to get on it really. Maybe we need to find the service manual a minute and just have a quick look. Rocco, don't remove that knob, you will break it. You have one of these, don't pull out the band switch knob when you remove the chassis. How do you get it out then? Does it come out without that, Rocco? I'm just about to have a look at the service info on it. Thanks for joining us, mate. Anyway, welcome. Yeah, I've got that. B for black, L for grey, okay. Let me just get the manual up then, because I have downloaded it. Saved it into my, whatchamacallits, my doodadays. I've saved it into my cloud drive, I believe. Cloud drive, there we go. And we want Christmas 2021. The only trouble was it was all in German, the actual service manual complete, but it might give us a little picture of how to pull it apart. I did find an English translation. It's slowing us down now. So we just wait for that to open. Could take a while. That knob has a screw on the inside. Well, I can't see any way I can get into a screw. As that comes out. Oh well, I'm still trying to download the manual, so let's have a look. Hi Doug, how are you, mate? Late on parade. Comes out without it. Leave it on medium wave when you pull the chassis out. Okay, the knob stays on the cabinet. Alright, well. Something else is holding it in the middle. There's a screw I can see there. I wonder if that's it. Let's try that. Too big? Too big. Oh, cool. You are right, Rocco. Thank you for that. So it looks like we've got to pull this gaskety thing off. Yeah, so there's that one screw holding it in. Thanks for stopping the pricing. I was on my way to the service manual though, Rocco, but thank you very much for saving us breaking that. He's quite right. In underneath there's a screw that holds that rocker on. That's probably why so many of them are broken. Like Andrew said, he had a problem with this broken. He's out, so we can ignore the service manual then for a minute. Let's have a look at the front. So you can see it's got a pretty big speaker in it, so some good sound going to be coming out of this. All the foam is perished. We can now access the pots. That one, this one's a bit weird. Must be some seems a bit loose, that, but okay, can I get anything in there? Right, we'll say this is just a service up job really, so there's all sorts of things going on here that are going to need a quick look, a quick squirt of switch cleaner. So let me get you in a minute. Yeah, cheers Rocco, thanks very much for that, mate. So yeah, it looks like that. I don't know how that works. So we certainly haven't got our window, but we've got a broken bit of plastic. So it looks like it's just a circular bit of plastic that's glued in the gap there, look. So that's where the window would have gone. So I just need to find some circular clear plastic off of something. Yeah, it's breaking off. Strange that the bits aren't in here, so it does mean that someone's been in this thing before. But just need to give all the switches a service, I think, and that's going to be probably about all we need to do. The lamp is pretty feeble, but could convert it to LED, I suppose. What was that? So that was tone, wasn't it? All right, let's get the service all out. And give it a go. So this is the on-off switch. I don't want to spray it all over the speaker really, and I don't want to. I felt the dial cord there. Don't want to be feeling the dial cord. Yeah, good call, Timothy. Yeah, you're teasing me now, Theo. We've got a funny sort of leaf switch here. I think this is the light switch, so that wasn't great. I don't think it's ever going to be. I'll give that a clean off with some isopropyl, but I don't want to do anything more than that to it. It's just like a leaf switch. I don't want to put any switch cleaner on that really. It's just going to run everywhere, so just get a bit of isopropyl and clean that off. It might be worth converting it to LED, but then saying that it's an old radio, so probably ought to be kept original really. I don't see the need for a light anyway really. These people that want these light LED conversions doing on these old radios probably never push the light button. Yeah, it's not dirty anyway. Okay, I've just put my arm in switch cleaner, that's nice. So we've got a few little switches everywhere. Let's give that one a go. That's an AFC switch. It actually doesn't click, that one, it's just a slider. It doesn't seem to have a stop. As Benji called the calendar window, yeah, he might have done. He might well have done, Spanky. He might well have done, mate. That one, power switch done. We'll give the tone control a squirt. Down in there. It's very stiff, that one, but then that's just the grease in the spindle. So it should have a bit of what am I trying to say? A little bit of torque, not enough to break the knob, mind you, but right, now this is one of these blimmin', I can just about see a little hole where they've crimped it there, so I should be able to get, I felt that dial cord again. Doug, keep an eye on me, mate. So this is the volume pot. There's just a little tiny hole. You can't really see it, just at the top there. Hopefully some of that went in. I think it did because it's easing up a little bit. Let's get rid of the excess. Done the power switch, tone, volume. Yeah, it feels better. We've got another switch in here. This is all part of this big band selector thing here. So we've got a little switch on the top. And we've got one down here as well. So that knob does a lot of work, really, doesn't it? So you can see why it breaks. So we've got a little bit of grease under there as well. Might be worth putting a bit of white lithium underneath that. Let's have a look. Here's some I prepared earlier. Some white lithium grease in the bottom of there. Probably use this bit of isopropyl to stick it on. Looks like that's what they've used originally. Squirt in there. It's unusual, that's like a momentary switch. Switches the antenna in by the looks of it because it's connected to this wire here, so switching the FM antenna in, and it's also acting on another switch here. So this is probably the band select switch. Let's see if I can get some in there. Certainly see a hole there. And a hole there. That's going to come and hit me in the face, isn't it? Okay. What else can we do to it? Not a lot, really. Like I say, it's working well. I don't think it needs caps. It's not sounding harsh. The audio sounds fine. This foam is all deteriorated underneath the speaker here. Yeah, that's not going to be easy to get out because that's attached to the speaker there. So I think we're going to leave the foam as is. Let's give it a little bit of a brush off. Brush on, brush off. Bit of dust on the speaker, that's all. That power socket looks a bit grub. In fact, it's very grubby. Yeah, that doesn't look very healthy. Where's me power lead? Oh, just knocked the speaking clock off.
18:31.
I'm just plugging the plug in this. Can we see which way round this is by this? Let's just have a look with the meter. I'll zoom you out again a bit because we're in a bit close really. Let's just put it on continuity. So let's go to the ground pin. $97 ohms. And that one, the red. It's not turned on though, is it, Graham? Switch it on, you fool. Right, I could try that again. So let's see if it's... So the red wire is ground on my supply, which is that center pin positive then. So hang on, no, center pin negative. Dear, oh dear. Center pin negative, so we can test that on the chassis now anyway. Unless this is wired, one of these sets is wired backwards, but yeah, I would say it's center pin negative, but you still want to look at the service manual, I think, first, or the user's manual before you hook an external supply up to it. Because you do not want to blow one of these FETs, well, the FET. Anything else we need to do then? Let's get rid of that switch cleaner. Let's clean that one. Clean that. That switch is done. Tuning can is encapsulated anyway. We'll give it a little blowout. That's about as far as we can go with the chassis. This is pretty dusty. It's even got a rubber gasket, a rubber O-ring there. I take it that's to seal the speaker, is it? I mean, that to me looks open, so if you pour water in there, surely it's going to go on the speaker, isn't it? Surely. How does that work then? Because I can see a gasket there. It's like an O-ring all the way around there. Just going to seal onto the speaker like that. Unless this is a waterproof speaker, but to me that looks like just normal paper. It's not plastic. That just looks like a normal paper speaker to me. So I'm not sure how that would be waterproof. How about you, Andrew Pitt? You said you got one of these. So the only thing is a question mark around this volume thing. What are we going to do with that? Is there anything I can do now, or is that going to be something that I need to find something that'll fit in there and revisit that? Yeah, that's been glued in with super glue or something like that. So I'm going to very carefully chip that away. So that's not something I can really do today. That light switch is very primitive, but very nicely made radio though, I must admit. Right, let's see if we can get this thing back in its case then. See if we can put it back to bed. So I'm going to try and wangle this. So that needs to be in the middle position. It's got to go in like that. That screw. Georgie, how you doing, mate? You didn't say hello, but you're saying goodbye. Thank you as well, Georgie, for that radio yesterday. I don't know if you caught that stream, mate, but that's a great giveaway that you've offered us there. So thank you very much for that. Did you see what was wrong with it, George? That's the point. We've got that one. Yeah, I don't know if I've got that AFC switch right, so I'm going to have to pop that back out again. I don't want to put it back together fully and then find out I've got to pull that apart again. So the AFC switch. Looks like it was right. But you can't be too sure, can you? Let's just put a little tiny bit of lithium grease to hold this washer in place here a minute. So that is over that way. Looks good. Hopefully our little washer's in there. It's absolutely impossible to tell. Yeah, they are tough. Aston's the man for you. Sony secret water repellent speaker, very hush hush. Really, Aston? Are you Are you Evan a giraffe or are you serious? Right, that's that. Let's get the back panel up. Let's sort this coil out. Yeah, it looks like that was originally sort of glued together, that coil. Someone's yanked it when they pulled the case out. Can't be out. They want to know. Problem is it's all misshapen now. That is a lot better. That's about. The trouble is, it can make a hell of a difference. These coils, if they're not sat properly. If you space it out, it affects the antenna's resonance. Yeah, a bit strange. So that's got to attach to there. So that sits in there. I'm just going to squash it. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. I'm just trying to work out how to sort this antenna coil. Yeah, they are tricky to get apart, them. I know I did one here a while back, and I think Aston helped me out with that one, but it still was a bit a trip bicky. Yeah, the foam's sort of gone a bit powdery inside, but it's not a lot. I haven't got anything that thin. So, let's have a look at this. So that goes back on there like that. Just going to model that in. That's got to face that way, I believe. I think it's got to face that way. It's pretty misshapen, this. It's better, but it's not great. That should do it. Okay. The other thing we've got to try and do is sort out this very dodgy looking what am I trying to say? Dodgy, broken bit of plastic. So I'm just heating up the other soldering iron. Which is enough to melt the plastic, and I'm just going to see if I can hot weld this back together because it's hanging on by a thread. Yes, there's a rubber gasket that runs all the way around this. It's very clever. I am going to need to take it apart again at some stage to sort out that little window. I should really have measured that, shouldn't I, before I put it all back together, but... I think the old CD case idea was great. Thanks for that. Take this chance to clean the battery compartment out as well. Tuning spindle looks pretty good. I don't need to put any more grease on that. Right, soldering iron then. A bit hot at the moment, it's up to 230. Let's cool that down again. Get rid of any solder on it. Let me upend this and see if I can't heat weld this a bit. Okay, let's clean this grease off the other side. We'll do that as well. That might hold it. I mean, it's got a nice big crack in it. Well, it's hanging off. It's hanging on by a thread. I don't know what's holding it together really. So that crack is filled up with grease. Can't see what I'm doing there, can you? I'm up here. I'm up here. So I'm just sticking the soldering iron on it to weld it back together. Cheers, Timothy. Catch you soon, mate. Paul C. Hi, Paul. How are you, mate? Just got in from the shed, so going to watch on catch up. Did have a quick look. Chinese parts scandalous. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, the vintage parts you can't get really anywhere. China does seem to be able to stockpile a lot of old vintage parts. God knows where they get them from. I mean, I suppose it's all the e-waste that they get, isn't it? Right, so I've done the top on one side. This other side has got a load of grease in it because it's got this Vaseline stuff on it. Just trying to get it out with a bit of isopropyl, but I don't think it's going to get it out of the crack. So we'll give it a go anyway with the soldering iron. Wrong soldering iron. I don't want to put 350 degrees on it. So I've got this soldering iron set very low at 180. I don't want to liquefy the thing. We just want to put enough heat on it to just try and weld it back in. So I'm just trying to move some of the unbroken stuff over the top of the broken. Okay. That's pretty much got it. So I've now heat welded that piece back on, so it's pretty firm. I think if I was to give it some stick, it would still go. So just spread some of this excess stuff around where it was before. I did notice we got exactly the same issue with this screw here. Can you see that? You've got a big split down there. That's coming apart. Carefully, because I don't want it to drop, crash and burn. Let's see if I can't do the same with that one. Where am I? I'm up here. You gonna focus? Camera, focus. Come on, you can do it. There. So you can see that screw is kaput. So it's got soldering iron. I need to squeeze that together really. And try and do the same. So the plastic is not liquid, it's just gone like putty. So just going to hold that a minute while it goes off. We uphand the old air on it, bit of gas. Done. That should be okay now. Just need to remove the burr from the top piece. So the case sits flush. There we are. Bit of heat welding with a soldering iron for you thrown into boot. Look. Oh dear, we've got a dead goat. Oh no, goatee. I know. Sorry, mate. I didn't realise you were down there. I didn't realise it. Right. Oh, I need that air to just blow out the dust from in here. Sounds like my air duster's gone. We need to put this little thing, I'm really not sure how that how that works, that thing there, because it doesn't. Oh, look at that! I should have put that on first, shouldn't I? Oh, no, Graham. That should have gone on before I put that back in. Look. Oh, got to take it apart again. Oh well, we're coming up to the end as well. This is good timing. It says checking the screws everywhere. Super glue gel is rubbish stuff. Best thing is that Paddy, how you doing, mate? Super glue and baking soda does work very good, yeah. I need to take that screw back out again, so let's just flip that across. Just deciding it's not going to come out now. Not going to come out with that, I don't think, am it? Oh, we'll stay in there then. Be like that. I only want to lift this side out enough to get that thingamajigger in. It came out fine just now, both times, and now the final time that screw is stopping it coming out. Sod's law, Murphy's law, Cruncher's law. All happening at the same time now. That screw came out no problem at all last time, but now it won't come out. It's refusing. Can't get it out. It needs to come out. There we go. I'm really not sure how that thing works, so we need to get this screw out. Just decided it doesn't want to come out. You are coming out, you little sod. There. Thank you. Making my life difficult. So I'm not really sure how this actually works. Doesn't seem to be gripping anything there, unless the knob itself holds it in place. Let's put that screw back in a minute. Actually, no, we won't. We won't put that screw back in just in case. So yeah, I think that locks this in, so we need to make sure that's in the right position to start with. Let's pop that aerial back in there for a second. So you need to make sure that at minimum volume that is set at, so anti-clockwise would be minimum volume, wouldn't it? No. How are we going to do this then, Graham? I think we're going to have to connect it up before we put the back panel back on. Actually, no, we can put the side panel on. I'm still talking to myself, people, so high is that way. So that's maximum tone there. Oh, that comes off anyway, look. And that one does. I'm worrying about nothing again, as usual. Right, okay. Let's pop that on a second. So I think I can do that screw up now. Apologies for this, people. Hope it's not boring you. Talk amongst yourselves. Is the handle also the aerial? Yes, it is, Spanky. You wonder how much you would have broken. Hopefully, none. I'm just being very careful, Jed. You know what it is. You know I'm a fuss ass. So it looks like that that volume knob just locks that in. So we need to find out which way is maximum and which way is minimum. So let's stick our power supply on 4.5 volts. Let's get the current limit right down so it's just off the edge. And I'm going to have to power it up from the power supply. Center pin negative, we said, didn't we? So okay. So that's minimum volume there. So let's try and turn this little thing so as... No. think that's it there. Okay. So it is indeed center pin negative. So now my volume control is lined up. Let's take that off because I still keep sticking that on my head. Okay, something's stopping it meshing back together there. That's better. We're getting there. So we've got a little screw at the top, echo one. "70 times around the sun and still looking." Yeah, I was only watching a video today, another baking soda and super glue video. Okay, yeah, that screw there is not biting into anything, so it looks like a thread's gone in there. That's a pain. Well, we're not going to do that now because we are pretty much out of time, so I'm going to pop it back together for now. But that will need to be addressed at a later date. So when I can sort out a bit of plastic for the when I can sort out a bit of plastic for the window, I'll take it apart again and sort out that other thread. So I'm just winding the screws anti-clockwise till they click, just so as I'm not creating a new thread, I'm just going back in the old one. So nice little tip that is. It's always best to do that with plastic stuff. So what you do is just rest it in there, put a bit of pressure on and turn it backwards so you hear it pop, and then you know you're at the start of the thread. Another one. And another one. Got a little bit of spring there. What's springing? Oh, okay, it's just the antenna release. How should that go then? Okay, we need to sort the spring out on the antenna release now. That's seems to have come adrift from somewhere. How does that work then? It's never easy, is it? It's just when you think it's time to finish, off it goes again. Let's have a look in this grip assembly then, see how this works. Luckily there's lots of exploded diagrams, so hopefully this doesn't... this does feel like it's under a bit of tension. And that's... I think I may have just reset it. No, that whatever this spring here is has come loose for some reason. I don't know why. So I better get you down just in case anybody else has this same problem. So the problem is this bar here seems to come detached somehow. Well, this is obviously quite a load-bearing part. No, don't. This is all going to go terribly wrong in a minute. That's that. Just trying to see how this works. So we're supposed to pull down to release it. Just trying to work this out. Am I trying to fix a problem that's not actually there? So those have got to open. So that's switch. Pass. I don't know is the answer to this, but this doesn't look right, this mechanism, for some reason. Although it does look to be seated right. But you should pull it down and it should then release. It's like it's somehow come unclipped, but this is under a lot of pressure with the spring, so that basically pulls apart that way to release it, and that pops it up. Okay, let me just try putting that back together, and I don't know where that screw, oh, that's for the handle, isn't it? Of course it is. Which we haven't got. Now, I haven't touched that release mechanism, so I'm really not sure why it's decided to give us some problems. I think it's just because it doesn't want the live stream to end. I think this is the issue. Let's just pop that back on again a minute. So that retains that piece. That's just this piece here just doesn't seem right. I mean, it might be, but it's that was pushing against the case. It does look like it's bent. Oh, hang on, hang on. No. Not sure. They've done to your stent. Yeah, Jeff, no problem, mate. You feel sure I can handle it? It's working out how this mechanism actually works. Some clever sod has designed a thing, and it might be that I'm going to have a look in the service manual, or I'm going to send it down to Aston. I can send it down to Aston. I think that's the best bet. Right, let's have a look at this. How the hell does this work then? Maybe it's I'm trying to fix something that's not broken, as usual. Maybe it's not broken. Let's put it on and see if the case holding it in is what's giving it the tension. I'm trying to fix something that's not broken again. I think there's a strong likelihood that is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, God, I'll tell you what, some of those Grundig sets are bloody nightmare, they are. Yeah, trying to fix something that's not broke. Nothing new there, really. You know, it's always good fun, isn't it, to take stuff apart? Oh dear, that's another 10 minutes. That I won't get back. So it looks like just pressing against the side there is what's giving it the tension to operate the spring. Oh dear. I'm sure they could have come up with a better idea than that for the spring, but I suppose it works. We've certainly torn it apart just to check. Right, let's just double check that. It's got to go back in there. Yeah, oh well. All good fun, isn't it? Right, which one's tuning and which one's volume? They are identical. It doesn't appear to be any difference. Ooh. Right, so this volume should now lock that into position. Yeah, that's good. Could probably do with moving it a little bit more, but let's try and get this centered. Right, let's plug her in then. See if we've stopped all that scratchy and all the rest of it, because it was pretty rough before, wasn't it? Basically, see if it still works. Let's go to FM. Oh, that works a lot better now. That was quite stiff before. Volume's much better. And the squelch. Pop the aerial up.
Any longer. So that's our attitude.
Stood in yourself for a missing pantomime dame, didn't you, at one point?
Yes, on Saturday matinee, I had to don the wig and the dress and the false boobs, and I had to go out there and be the dame, because not only Dame, the understudy Dame was off as well, and the cover.
It is worth in an instant at market.com. Enter your postcode now for your free online valuation estimate. And find out what your home is worth today.
You could see people sort of getting used to the home. So it's a wonderful thing, and you know, at the moment, you know, I think financially it's nothing else, you know, it's the lifeblood.
There we go. Sorted. Oh dear. As I say, trying to find folks that aren't there. But you don't know till you take these things apart, do you, how they work? So next time I'll know, won't I? Right, let's get a bit of cleared up there. So hope you like that little radio. I do. I like that. What's the time now? 19:28. We're 28 minutes behind. Mrs. Cruncher will be after my hide. And there was me thinking that we might have to do something else. But luckily for us, it had a dodgy volume pot that needed cleaning. So there you go. Nice little Sony radio. I like it. It's really robust. It needs a little bit of TLC. It needs a good clean. And we've got to sort out a little window for there. Overall, I think that's very nice. Happy with that. There we are. Right, let's get the advent calendar up, shall we? And then I can go and see Mrs. Cruncher and we can have some tea. Tea. Let's get a bit of music going for you. Make it very festive. Benji already knows where it is. Chris. It is, isn't it? It is like a tactical. How you doing, mate? You just finished, Chris? Right, 14. Rugged. Well, it's supposed to be waterproof, Chris. It's supposed to be all weather, but I really don't know how the speaker doesn't get wet. I'm not sure how that works. Right, 14. Benji must have seen this already. I'm just trying to see if I can see it here. I can see 15, 13, 19, 10, 2, 12. It's got to be up in this tree here somewhere, isn't it? That's very busy up there. I can't bloody see it. I'm sat here right in front of the thing and I can't see it. Perhaps they're having a laugh and they've missed 14 off just to confuse us. Oh no, I've seen it. I've seen it. It's not a plastic speaker, Chris. No, it's paper. On the tree. I've got a Panasonic one coming, Doug, which is virtually the same. So that'll be interesting. So it is indeed on the tree over here. Where's? Oh, it's a long one. It's a long one. It's a long one again. Let's get you in a bit closer on there then. It took me a while to find that one, but it's here. Just see it. You guys don't need to buy one of these because you just join me and open mine every day. Ah, we've got another jeweler's screwdriver. Oh. A stubby one. It's like a Torx. TX5, so number 5 Torx. That's tiny. That is tiny. You always get excited on the long ones. I love the long ones, Spanky. You know that. I just love it. Oh dear, it's nothing much Spanky don't miss. Yeah, Chris, I don't know if you saw earlier, but a nice Chinese module. Absolutely faked to hell. Very naughty. So I'm sure that I'll get my money back, or Alibaba will step in. Right. Let's have a look then what we've got. It's very short, that, isn't it? But it's a really tiny Torx, that is. So we've got other Torx here. We've got a TX8. I mean, it's less than half that. And they're not in any particular order at the moment, so let's push that one in there. There we are. 4. And this that I still don't know where it goes. Yeah. I'm really not sure where that goes unless it just sits on there, I suppose, but coming along nicely. Nearly, well, it's not nearly there. We're 14. We're over halfway. Can you believe that it is Christmas Eve next Friday? Not this Friday. Next week on Friday is Christmas Eve. Yeah, you'll have to look back earlier, Chris. It should have 5 pins. It's only got 4. So it should be, I don't know if you can see it there, but it should be an SSB module, but it's not. It's a fake thing. They've just painted the number on it. Very clever, but not very clever, if you know what I mean. So there you are, people. That's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed that again. So very close to the 4,000 subs. So if you are watching today and you're not subbed, then hit the button and see if we can get to 4,000 Christmas. Be nice. So I'll be back tomorrow. I would think it might be a bit later tomorrow. Could be about 5:30 tomorrow. So I'll see you all then. And take care, stay safe, all the rest of it. And thanks again to my Patreons. I've got 1 new Patreon on and I haven't had a chance to put your name on yet, Paul. So apologies. So Paul Collins has got to go onto this list and I've got to take 1 off. So I've gained 1 and lost 1, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll find out why at some stage. Bye for now.